guilty of crime.
Hello, everybody. What's up? I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime, and we're back, guys. It's almost Friday, and you can see I still got the bars behind me because Rebecca and Jake Haro should absolutely be in those cells. All right. So, welcome in. Come on in. Do me a favor. Hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe if you haven't. Get a membership if you can. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. I cannot get this case off of my mind. I mean, it's just been weighing heavy. Welcome, everybody. I saw you in chat, asking how far I am from this case. Now, I grew up down south. Or I grew up down south. I was actually born in Simi Valley. We lived in Crestline, California, which is not far from San Bernardino, Lake Arrowhead. I grew up in the area, and I used to climb trees, play in the creeks, be outside, do the thing. My mom would go outside and have to get me down from a tall tree that only I can climb down from. That's what I did in my childhood, was play out in the water and climb freaking trees, watch the squirrels throw the acorns at us while we were playing. Those are my memories from that area and San Bernardino. There's also Santa's Village that's that way. Now, this is in Yucaipa, California. So Yucaipa is not very far from me. I'm in Northern California, and this is Southern. Now, I know Dolly and PJ are out there, and I say arrest watch just like them. We can pop in on them looking at the signs, all the chaos going on at that house with the fires happening. You saw the people that started the fires, people outside coming to the door, knocking, them not answering, then answering, possibly leaving, collecting cars, phones, evidence. This case is wild. And hello, Annie from Yucaipa, California. I am from the Bay Area, California, last 25 years or so. But I did grow up down there. And yeah, you call it a tomboy, call it what you want. But I still am, I guess, so to speak. But yeah, that's what I did outside. And those are my memories in that area. And when I see baby Emmanuel and I hear about the abuse that his sister endured at 10 months old, she can't walk, she's in a chair, she has brain damage, etc., etc. We're going to get into that. But that is the most effed up thing that I've seen in a really long time. What happened to the little girl worth saving? 55. Welcome. He's at a motel right now. Thank you guys for the updates that are in chat. We're going to go over this stuff, and we're looking at the parents. Where is baby Emmanuel? Please focus on parents, and that's what we're going to do. But we're also going to debunk some stuff, talk about what 10 weeks old. They said 10 months in the article. Excuse me. 10 weeks old. You'll see it in a minute. It says 10 months. 10 weeks old. I don't even want to show the pictures. I think it's posted on Ghost now. I'm going to show you the stream, but I'm going to stay away from the graphic pictures as much as I can. Trigger warning, hit the like button, subscribe, get a membership, and email me if you have case suggestions. It's easy. Send me cases@gmail.com. Piece of cake. If you want to show me love, it's guiltyofcrimebyj@gmail.com. If you have anything negative to say, you can skip emailing me. I don't need it. Don't want it. 10 weeks old. And I'm going to get into that. We're focusing on the parents today. It gets worse. Arrest watch. It's bad. No, you're not. You're good. Who's being rude? No, nobody's being. Listen, I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime. And if you know me, I'll tell you if I think you're being rude. You're not being rude. Welcome. I'm very passionate about the cases that I present. So don't confuse passion for being rude or grumpy or angry. That's not me, my friend. That's not me. I'm passionate about this case. I'm passionate about baby Emmanuel. I'm passionate about Maddie. I'm passionate about Sebastian. I'm passionate about all the cases that I cover, and especially with the children. All right. So no, absolutely not. You're good. If I don't want all caps, I'll tell you, don't do all caps because then you get kicked out of chat. So what's up? Love you guys. Welcome. I can't get this off my mind. So who's better to talk with and get it out there? You guys. All right. I live in Yucaipa, 3 blocks from Big Five. It's such a quiet community. And that's what everybody says. That's what everybody says until now. All right. So it's up on Ghost. It's up on Ghost. I'll show you I'll tell you what I'm talking about when I get there, because I'm not going to show all the photos on here. They're bad. Bad, bad, bad. Clark says, why would Rebecca have a child with a known abuser, deviant abuser? I think she's off. We're going to talk about her today. She's off. I believe she's abused as well, but it's going farther than that because that's her fault as well. She made the decision. I don't want to say about an abuse victim. She could have made the decision to tell cops, this is it. He's been abusing me. Now he did this to baby Emmanuel, et cetera, et cetera. She didn't, and that's on her. All right. So she should be behind me with her freaking monster in those jail cells. And that's what we're talking about today, guys, because I don't like this. It's heavy and I don't want it. We want to find baby Emmanuel. And you guys know, I don't think that he's no longer alive, right? All this is happening. They've lawyered up. Well, Jake has 2-year-old baby taken away, possible sighting, debunked, clothes found in a dumpster, property search, phones taken, fire happening, lawyer lying. Now, SF Investigates shows you that the lawyer lied about holes being dug up. And let's get into it. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you. Also, if you did not see my video yesterday, you're going to want to watch it. You might think it's the same video because sometimes I'll rebrand a video and put it back out, but I assure you it's not. Stephen Stearns triggered. Stephen Stearns got violent with his dad, and I assume he got violent with Maddie in the same way that he choked Chris Stearns. I believe he also choked Maddie Soto, and her life was gone. All right, that lawyer is a joke. Screw that lawyer. I'm going to show you now what I'm talking about. Princess Mish, good to see you. Harmony Montgomery, it goes on and on. All right, but anyway, go check out my live from yesterday. If you didn't, you're really going to want to see that. It's over an hour worth of Chris Stearns talking about the case. Thank you, Clark. I think some people don't realize what that episode is, but you don't want to miss that. If you've been following the Stephen Stearns case, you do not want to miss that episode. I promise. Even if you don't like me, Jay from Guilty of Crime, you still want to see it and hear what he has to say. All right. So what's up? Come on in. Let's get started because this is a day. I'm going to start with the search continue. Then I'm going to show you what SF Investigates finds a lawyer line. Then we're going to talk about mom and dad separately. We're going to watch out for an arrest coming. So welcome, 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 everybody. What's up, Vancouver born? Good to see you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. I did my best with what I had yesterday. You guys know I was struggling with getting the cell phone to work, and I was hot in my office because I couldn't put the air on. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to hear me. So yesterday was a very exhausting day. All right, check this out. Search continues for missing 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro as parents return home and remain silent. All right, so let's take a look at this so we can just kind of get caught up to speed.
Has confirmed that Emmanuel's parents are back in their home in Capizon. Our Brett Rosen speaking with Emmanuel's father, Jake Haro, today. Brett joins us live in studio tonight. More on that conversation. Brett.
Mark, it was about noon today that a car pulled into the driveway of the Haro house.
All right, this was yesterday, okay? So I haven't seen them going to the house just yet, but this is going to recap. And that's what Dolly saw behind him. Where's baby Emmanuel? What ruckus was going on? we're watching. The whole world, I think, is watching. And I'm so glad that baby Emmanuel has that type of love on his side. And thank you, Shirley. I appreciate you. All right, we got a lot to get into today, man. This is a heavy case.
Meantime, on a fence next to the home, a growing tribute for the missing 7-month-old. Where is baby Emmanuel? It's a question being asked over and over. These signs, stuffed toys, and candles were left behind by a community hoping for the safe return of the 7.
Yeah, you guys. And when I show you that monster, now what he did to that monster's sister, you guys, if you haven't seen it, warning. All right, I'm not going to show all the pictures, but I got to say, once I saw that, it solidified the fact that those parents both are freaking monsters and this baby is no longer with us. All right, so that's what we're focusing on. What the police are focusing is the parents. Now, there's a lot of stuff happening in between. Let's talk about that in chat.
Month-old. And earlier today, we went to the Haro's home.
Oh my
Jake
goodness.
Haro answered the door.
Thank you.
He wanted to talk about the fire that had started near his home. And when we pressed him for a statement about his son, Emmanuel, he referred us back to his lawyer. And now investigators are putting out their own investigation fires, acknowledging the reported sighting of Emmanuel in Kern County and confirming Haro's car being searched for evidence.
I'm begging you, please, if anything, if you know anything, please,
Nope.
I'm just begging you, bring him back.
Forgive you.
I know.
Well, we won't bother
I
you.
know.
We just want a baby boy.
A week ago, parents Rebecca and Jake Haro spoke out pleading the safer.
And thank you. Cheryl, I appreciate you. Just do me a favor. Don't direct people into other chats. There's a lot of people live right now with this case, but I assure you, I'm going to get to it all. I did see Dolly there. I've been watching his stream. I just popped onto Dolly's stream, and there's not a lot going on other than watching a fence and people come and people go. So we'll get there. Okay, guys, but I just don't want people to like leave my stream to go on to another live stream. And I know you didn't mean to, Cheryl, but I got you. I got you. I got you. All right. And I don't know who's worse, him or her. You guys will decide today. You will decide today because I'm going to spotlight both of them for you.
Return of their son. Soon after, authorities say there were inconsistencies with Rebecca Haro's statement. Now, neither parents are cooperating. Jake Haro has a court appearance coming up on September 2nd.
It's okay. No
for
worries.
Violating probation. He was arrested last year for being a convicted.
Now, listen, guys, we went over this. And Cheryl, no worries at all. You're all good. If I didn't say anything, well, then that's not me because I always say something. All right, listen. So I went over this with you guys on Monday. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I went over this paperwork with you about convicted felon, narcotic addict, yada, yada, and the firearm possession. It did not hit me the way that it hit me today after I saw his daughter in a wheelchair with brain damage, can't walk, non-functioning. He messed her up and he got 6 months, guys, 6 months. You guys just wait. I'm not happy about this. It's so much different to see this paperwork and read it to you guys versus what I saw yesterday and today. It's bad. This is not even the tip of the iceberg right here. 6 months.
Felon and a narcotic addict in possession of an illegal firearm. He was previously convicted of child cruelty charges back in 2018. Now, this investigation has not just captured the attention of neighbors, but the world.
A 7-month-old baby whose mother reported that he was kidnapped.
Okay, so here are the latest updates on the baby Emmanuel case.
Thousands of TikTok detectives offering their opinion on what might have happened to Emmanuel. Now, as the world continues to theorize about what happened to Emmanuel, a neighbor told me that the community will come together this Friday outside the Haro home for a candlelight tribute. However, she says neighbors still have not given up hope.
And yes, Dolly is sitting right outside with that view of where's baby Emmanuel. All right. Now we're going to get into the black eye thing and all that. I'm sure that lady, Rebecca, was abused. All right. Well, you couldn't hear the news clip. Huh. That's weird. Did you guys hear the news clip? Okay. Did anybody not hear the news clip? Anyway. All right, let's continue. I'm pretty sure you did. So that's it. This is where we are. All right. Searching 7-month-old continues to grip the community. And this is Palm Springs. NBC Palm Springs confirms boy's parents have returned home in Cabazon, or Capizone, how you say that, despite the public and growing memorials near the home. Investigators say there's still no sign of Emmanuel. All right. So just outside the home where Dolly is, a makeshift memorial. As you see the signs, where's baby Emmanuel? All right. And as we continue this case, there's a lot more concerns. Jake Haro is scheduled to appear in court on September 2nd for a probation violation. He was previously arrested for being a convicted felon and drug addict in possession of a firearm, which says nothing about what he did. He was convicted on child cruelty, which says nothing about what he did. All right. Investigators searched the vehicle, took the phones now, and are looking for baby Emmanuel in Kern County. While officials have not confirmed the credibility of the lead, I posted on my page about a spotting or sighting of baby Emmanuel. That's not true. And I don't know who did it, but I wanted to find out. All right, so let's get off of this. I want to show you SF Investigates, and then we're going to get into the parenting. If you guys didn't hear the news clip, let me know because I'd want to help. All right, so SF Investigates talks about Jake Haro's attorney claiming law enforcement dug holes in the backyard. Some creators are reporting it based on the statement, but it's not true. All right, he scanned the property yesterday specifically looking for signs of digging, and there were none. The lawyer is lying, guys, so don't believe him. Let's take a look for ourselves. Hold on. All right, let's look at the property, and you tell me if there are holes dug, and why is the lawyer lying? All right, there's no volume, guys. So, okay, good. Voices carry. Thank you. Itchy with the rescue. You're not late. You're perfectly on time. Just don't forget to hit that like button so we can get this in the algorithm and people can see what monsters these parents are. And we're going to go back to back. Parent 1, parent 2, and we're on arrest watch. That's their house there in Yucaipa, however you say that. I can say it, but I'm not looking at it. All right, Yucaipa. There you go. What's up, Teresa? How you doing? You guys see what I'm seeing and what the lawyer said? We're debunking that lawyer. There are no holes dug in the backyard, and maybe there should be. What's up, Shaza? How you doing? Good to see you, Donna Joe. Good to see you. All right, let's keep getting in. Everybody, thank you for being here. You guys could be anywhere else, but you're here with me and the crime crew. All right, so we're just scanning the backyard, trying to see if what the lawyer said is true. There's no sound on this. This was from SF Investigates scanning. What's up, Queen? How you doing? Good to see you. Montana Mystic, love you, girl. Jax, how you doing, Jax? All right, we're just looking at the backyard to make sure that we're correct about the lawyer lying his pants off. Yes, same lawyer that represented when he did that to the child, pathetic, disgusting loser. Never hire that guy, okay? He's a piece of garbage. Well, if you're a defendant and you're a piece of garbage, you might want to hire him. So what am I saying? All right, guilty in my eyes. But we want to know, where is baby Emmanuel? I think that he was gone even earlier than the day the mom said that. Possibility. I absolutely think there's a huge abuse problem in that house. And look at the property, guys. That baby can be anywhere. All right. That baby can be anywhere at this point. I mean, look at all the spots there. I don't see any dig holes, though. Remember Chad Daybell's backyard? They scanned it and they found JJ and Tylee's body. You can see the holes dug. This is a little bit harder, but there are no holes being dug in their yard. So why is the lawyer lying? What's up with that? All right. All right. So there's nothing here, guys. There's nothing. All right. There's nothing. And that lawyer is full of nonsense. Now, there's another one that I saw about a creator who obtained the surveillance video in the Big Five. It's a shame it was altered by playing it at 4 times the speed while time stamping in 2 seconds. The purpose is to show that the events actually occurred. Unaltered, it could have reliably shown the sequence leading up to the initial 2 units on the video. Once altered, it can't be relied on. So if you guys saw this video as well, so did I, and it didn't really do much and it didn't say much, but I just wanted you to take a look at it because many people thought that it was reliable footage from that day. All right, but when I watched it, it didn't really say much. You can see the car, you can see somebody walking. All right, so there's a lot going on in this case, guys. Number one question in the case, which I'm sure investigators know, where's Emmanuel last seen? Was he seen by anyone else than his parents, Rebecca and Jake, the two people that we don't want them with? All right, guys. Thank you, Foxy, for that 420 gifted membership. And Deception Detective, we called. He came. Right, you remember the other day when we were here on Monday? When we were here on Monday, Deception Detective rolled on in and we said, DD, we want to see your take. So here he is, your eye candy, even though we're looking at a hard case. And I've been seeing this psychic saying they're in the back, the baby's in the backyard. I don't know about that. But what's up from across the pond in Great Britain? How you doing? All right. And you know what? The baby could have passed away in a heated car, but because of the abuse that's occurring in this household, I really think it was physical abuse that ended Emmanuel's life. Again, this is in my opinion because they have not found him and we don't know if he's alive. All right, DD, let's go.
Laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, hold on, that's all I remember. And I saw white. And a hearing sound, I fell on the floor. And and I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked all around my truck and I ran into Big Five and I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with the baby. She said no, it was a happy boy.
That's Rebecca Haro talking about her son Emmanuel getting kidnapped, but you wouldn't know it because she never said his name. So in today's video, let's break down the rest of this interview and count the red flags. I'm Deception Detective.
Right, we've got a day, so you guys do me a favor, buckle in because we're gonna be here for a while. What is up, D? You know I always got to shout out my new people. D says, new fan here, Jay. I just had to unsubscribe for another YouTube channel because of their rude and judgmental community. You're great, non-biased. Thank you for everything. Well, you're very welcome, D, and you're very welcome here. All right, you know how we do. All right. Her eyebrows do not move. Oh, you guys just wait. Like I said, we're spotlighting the parents today, so just buckle up, all right? Headstones and headlines, guilty of crime, great to catch you live. Good to see you. All right, let's get into it because we have quite some information that's heartbreaking, but it's very real. All right, and we're on arrest watch. If these people get arrested during the live, we're going to hop onto that.
Detective, an attorney trained in statement analysis. This channel exposes lies and manipulation. So if that's your thing, hit subscribe. For exclusive videos, early access to new videos, and other cool perks, consider becoming a channel member. Link in description. If the names Rebecca Haro and Emmanuel Haro don't ring a bell, don't worry because this is a brand new case. I only know about it because my subscribers told me about it. So before we break out our deception decks and break down Rebecca's interview.
Now, when we get into the abuse that this monster Jake did to this child's little sister, which bless the family for taking the baby that was abused, cannot walk, has brain damage. When you actually see it, guys, you might just need you guys might need something to dry your eyes because it's bad. It's not something that I could have anticipated. When I read the arrest, I was like, oh, maybe it was, an incident of grabbing an arm or, it was still really bad. But not as bad as I thought. And I am in Northern California. They're in Southern. So I'm like 8 hours away, 7 or 8 hours away from the case. All right. Yeah, she's blind. Just wait until we get into it. He ruined her life and got 6 months. All right. Shout out to Gabby from Vegas.
Here's a quick recap.
Days after Rebecca Haro reported her 7-month-old son's kidnapping in a California parking lot August 14th, investigators announced they cannot rule out foul play following, quote, inconsistencies found in Rebecca's testimony.
Yep.
According to an August 16th press release, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says deputies in Yucaipa were dispatched to a retail business after Rebecca Haro reported that while she stood outside her vehicle changing her child's diaper, she was physically assaulted by an unknown male and rendered unconscious. When she awoke, her 7-month-old infant, Emmanuel Haro, was gone. Despite deputies and canine units being dispatched to the county, along with the neighboring Riverside County, authorities confirmed that Emmanuel hasn't been found. Due to the circumstances surrounding the baby's disappearance, the Sheriff's Specialized Investigations Division took over the case.
And yes, guys, this is the third child. They lost their 2-year-old, and thank God they do not need to have children. These people are horrible. I believe that Rebecca is abused, but I also believe that she's abusive. She's abused and she's abusive, and she's covering for that piece of garbage that you guys all have no idea unless you saw what he did to that little girl. Those charges and 6 months say nothing. Nothing. I don't even understand. I don't understand.
The statement explains investigators interviewed multiple individuals, including Emmanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro. During those interviews, Rebecca was confronted with inconsistencies in her initial statement and declined to continue with the interview. Authorities affirmed their dedication to finding the baby, while also emphasizing, at this point in the investigation, investigators are unable to rule out foul play in the disappearance of Emmanuel. According to local affiliate NBC4, the Sheriff's Department visited the Haro family's house on August 17th amid their ongoing investigation.
Yeah, you're right.
Rebecca previously gave her account of the incident to NBC4, while noticeable bruising could be seen around her eye. Her husband Jake also spoke with the outlet. E-News has reached out to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and Haro's attorney for comment and has not yet heard back.
So that's the rundown. An opportunistic kidnapper apparently knocked out Rebecca in broad daylight, but only after greeting her in Spanish in order to kidnap her seemingly disabled baby. Rebecca somehow ended up with a black eye and no other injuries, and apparently there were no witnesses because Rebecca said she woke up on the pavement, or rather the floor was how she put it, which is interesting. Put a pin in that.
Yeah, that is interesting that she said the floor. And the reason I believe she said the floor, guys, is because she was drawing from her memory about other times that she was knocked down onto the floor. I do not believe she was knocked down onto the ground. I think her story is BS. And Stockholm syndrome or not, now I do understand that, and I can sympathize with somebody that has Stockholm syndrome, but she has had time after time. You only get a few passes, and this would have been the time to speak up, even if she had something to do with it, and she's not. All right. Yeah, you call it leakage if you want. You can just trust me. When somebody tells you who they are, believe them. All right. Just believe them. That's all I got to say. Don't look to read between the lines. Don't read between the lines what people are saying. Take what they say and break that down, because that's what they're saying. They're not trying to tell you or me something else. They're telling you what. Just listen.
All by herself. And yeah, if all that sounds pretty unlikely, that's because it is, which brings me to the last thing I want to recap before we start breaking down her interview word by word. And that's how I set my baseline whenever I'm analyzing a brand new case. We always set our baseline at the statistically most likely scenario. In the case of a missing or deceased toddler, it's usually the parents covering up something they did by accident or mistake, because accidents and mistakes are infinitely more common than first-degree murders or stranger kidnappings. And why cover it up? Because some accidents or mistakes or acts of violence, even if they're not premeditated, are obviously illegal, like shaking the baby if you lose your patience with them, or being neglectful or drunk or high while your kid is doing something.
And that is a good possibility. Not even a good. I'm sure that he had already abused baby Emmanuel, and people say that maybe that's what happened with his eye. There's visible pictures of baby Emmanuel when he was younger versus now. And he's still very young, but when he was first born, he had life in his eyes. He looked happier. And when you start to see later on, the life is kind of sucked out of his eyes. He looks a lot thinner, not new, like they didn't feed him right. I have the pictures. I can show you one after the other of where the life is draining from a 7-month-old baby. All right, now, Clementine, potato, tomato. What I'm saying is that particular woman was probably drawing on the fact that she got knocked onto the floor many times. So I hear what you're saying, but this is not the case in my opinion. All right, I think she's a DV victim. I absolutely agree with you. I agree.
Something that ultimately leads to them suffering an injury or getting killed. In other words, any evidence that suggests the parent's guilt when a little kid goes missing, I'm going to value very heavily. And any evidence that suggests something unlikely, like a stranger kidnapping, I'm going to scrutinize very carefully, just like this mother's story.
That's a good
because it's
question.
unlikely, and I need extraordinary evidence to support an extraordinary claim. So with all that said, without further ado, let's start assessing the evidence we have.
Yes, DD. See, you guys know. Now, if you guys are creators here, just tag Deception Detective and he'll come. He's awesome like that. I've been waiting to hear his opinion. And I absolutely, from day one, Jamie absolutely believed and said that she was a victim of abuse. She's not, but she's also guilty of child abuse, right? She's a grown ass woman. She's seen what this monster has done, and she had another baby with him. Why would you do that? And shout out to Philly. What's up, Philly? How you doing? Her interview, no tears. Yeah, man. There's a whole. You guys, we're spotlighting these monsters today.
Got him out of the car seat, and I laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola," and that's all I remember. And I saw white. And a hearing sound. I fell on the floor.
Nope.
And I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked all around my truck, and I ran into Big Five. And I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said no.
Besides the obvious implausibility of Rebecca's story, my second biggest problem with it is that it's all prologue. She spends very little time talking about the actual assault and kidnapping. Instead, she lingers on everything that led up to it, and then wraps up with one or two sentences about what she did after.
And I haven't even watched this yet because I wanted to watch it with you guys. And you remember, I asked for DD the other day to do a video. It's out. I'm excited, but I didn't want to watch it without you guys. I've been watching everything else. She only talks about what happened before. This is a telltale sign, guys. When somebody's lying about a crime, they can tell you what happened before and they can tell you what happened after, but they'll never, ever tell you what happened at that time that the crime happened. They won't tell you. They won't. I mean, I've seen people that have dismembered somebody and they'll tell you about eating pizza before and down to the detail of what they did, but they will not tell you what they did to the person, and they will tell you what they did after, but they will not give you the detail. And they could be the most detailed people that will tell you to the every detail that you could think of, but they just won't tell you that, and they can't remember it. It's a telltale sign, guys.
I've put the long prologue card from my deception deck on your screen if you want to read the full rule, but the main gist is that liars often tend to linger on the true parts of their story and rush through the made-up parts because that's how they get exposed. In this case, I suspect Rebecca really did change Emmanuel's diapers in the car at some point. That's why it's easy for her to linger on that and describe it in detail. But I don't think she's ever been knocked out from behind in a parking lot and had her son kidnapped, because she glossed over her search for Emmanuel after she came to, any pain she might have been feeling, actually running around and looking for him in the shop in about a sentence or two. And another reason I think that part of the story was made up is because of the tone. She doesn't sound like an actual victim. Actual victims who get knocked out and pushed to the ground don't describe it as them falling on the ground. But Rebecca seems very neutral about it. She fell on the floor. Somebody said hola to her. She was looking for somebody with a baby, not some evil Spanish speaker who has her baby and might be in the shop right now. Everybody be on alert. My point is, in this brief clip, we already have a royal flush of deception deck cards, but the biggest red flag is about to come up. So let's keep listening.
And I ran into Big Five, and I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said no. It was a happy boy. He smiled. Mackenzie loved to kiss him.
It was a healthy.
And look at the baby, how tiny he is. And look at even right here. I don't know how far this was or how long ago, but you see him just kind of drifting off. His eyes are kind of, and I don't see like the typical bruising and such because he doesn't have clothes on, but what that monster did to the other little girl, his daughter, who's neurologically devastated, broken ribs, can't walk, brain damage. You guys aren't even ready for it. If you haven't seen it yet, I wasn't ready for that.
Baby was he was crawling, he was kicking, he was playing with his toys. whoever took our son.
Was. Yep, was.
Please give him back.
This guy is a piece of trash, a monster, by the way, and it's in my opinion because of what he did to the other child. Now, this daughter is already taken away. They're not going to get her back, I hope. But this guy is just a pure monster, and he's hiding behind those glasses, and he's hiding behind this long sleeve shirt that who knows? Who knows if he has scratches from Rebecca or some kind of whatever, but he's wearing this hot hoodie everybody's brought up, and it's hot as hell out there in that high desert.
The first rule of statement analysis is that we always speak based on everything we know, even if we're trying to lie.
That's
and the
what
most
I'm
famous
saying.
rule of statement analysis is that if you did something to your kid, do not talk about them in the past tense. And that's because everyone knows the story of Susan Smith, who talked about her children in the past tense because she knew they were dead when she was actually claiming that they'd only been kidnapped. And as you just heard, both of Emmanuel's parents talked about him in the past tense, which makes it safe to assume that they have some reason to believe that he's no longer with us. He's in the past. But besides that, there are a couple other reasons to suspect their guilt just based on this brief clip. For example, neither of them used Emmanuel's name, which might suggest that they don't.
That's coming up next, Brady. You buckle up, trigger warning. That's next. It's bad. Bad. Like I haven't seen something that bad where somebody did a terrible thing and then they're out. When I saw it, I glossed over it because it was a 6 month. I thought it was just like some a-hole being a whatever to a child and something. No, it's bad. It's a life-altering abuse that he did to his daughter at 10 weeks. They did say 10 months, but we'll get to that. All right. This story is just bogus right when you hear about it. And then you hear about the abuse from the other child, and you know. If you don't know, you're going to know today.
Don't see Emmanuel as a person anymore, so he doesn't deserve a name, maybe because he's already passed away, or maybe because they've been neglecting and abusing him for a long time. And finally, let's circle back to that pin we put in Rebecca's use of the word floor when she said she fell to the floor. That's not what a parking lot is. It's typically described as the ground or pavement. So why did she say floor? Maybe her English just isn't very good. Maybe she just has a low IQ. Psychopaths typically have lower IQs than the average person. Or maybe, like I think she was doing with that diaper changing story, she was recounting something that actually happened, but just changing the dates. So she was accurately describing getting knocked out and waking up, but she wasn't waking up in a parking lot. She was waking up on the floor, maybe of her home. If you want to continue this series, let me know by liking, commenting, and sharing.
Like I said, drawing from her past experiences, which is also what they do. The sister also said floor, but that's what happens when somebody lies. They draw from an experience that they had. And then also with the past tense, that's not always the case, but they are, instead of saying like, I like seeing the baby smile at whatever, they use the past tense over and over and over. All right. Be prepared because we're getting into the abuse right now.
Check the end card for related videos. Until next time, stay true.
And thank you, DD, for that. I also look at the assessing motivations of this. And you guys, if you don't have this deck, they also have it available on Android and the iPhone. I'm not getting any kickbacks. I just really love this deck and I love these cards. And assessing motivations, it really does. You really can see when you're analyzing a statement, it's important to consider why an individual would be lying. There are numerous motivations, and this pretty much gives it to you. It tells you either they're protecting someone, so they're safeguarding someone or something, such as an investment or a relative. They're avoiding something like a negative outcome or jail, and they might be seeking benefits, including attention, financial gain, or closure, right? And then they could be influenced by other factors, such as, and I'm going to say in this case, such as Jake Haro. All right. Jay, I can be having the worst day and I have to do join mods, crime crew, love, guilty of crime. Well, thank you, my friend. Good to see you. Hello there. All right, guys, this is bad. This video is called This Is Bad. It really is bad. All right. I'm going to try to show it without showing all the pictures. All right. Missing baby sister was practically killed before his disappearance. All right.
Of a desperate search for a 7-month-old baby boy named Emmanuel Haro, and the details that we've just learned about the baby's father and his criminal past, absolutely hair-raising. The number of children that have been moved out of the Haro home.
And I'm going to stop a little bit and fast forward a bit because now we're all eyes on Dad and the abuse. Jay, did they make it a point to make up a story with poop in it? She could have said that she got out of the truck and got punched and the baby taken. Thoughts? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of thoughts that I've had on this case, but I mean, their story is kind of ludicrous because there's cameras everywhere and the way they premeditate it. I don't know I'm not really sure what you mean about the poop in it. I think they're just trying to say that the baby, they had to change a diaper and that was a reason for her standing out there. I'm not really sure what you're asking, but I mean, I think she was just trying to use it as an excuse to say, hey, I needed to change a diaper and that's why I was standing outside. I hope I'm asking that right, but look at this. This is Jake Haro, and this is what he got 6 months for, and he is still on probation.
Into the custody of others is nothing short of alarming. Let me take you back for a moment. Baby Emmanuel was reported missing last Thursday. His mother, Rebecca Haro, claimed that a stranger approached her from behind, said "Hola," and then knocked her unconscious. She says when she woke up, baby Emmanuel was gone, right there in the parking lot, gone. But according to investigators, Rebecca's story didn't add up all the way. Rebecca refused a lie detector test, and both she and her husband have stopped cooperating with the police, the authorities said.
Yeah.
To be clear, there have been no charges filed against Jake or Rebecca Haro, and Jake's attorney insisted right here on this show last night that his client, Jake Haro, is cooperating, despite that statement from the police suggesting otherwise. Tonight it is Jake's past, however, that is becoming a lot more.
All right, Jake's past. Get ready if you haven't seen this. And we're not watching the whole thing. I just want you to see what happened. Now, you say Poop's disgusting, subconsciously grossed out, bad. And maybe that was part of the story because she, number one, needed to say why she was standing somewhere. Number two, maybe that was something that they didn't like to do. Now, the fire, they do say that the fire is unrelated right now, guys. So the fire happened. We saw the people that supposedly did it, and they're looking into it, but they're saying it's unrelated. So I'm not really sure where to go with that. I mean, I thought that maybe covering it up, they're doing that because there was a body on the property and they're trying to cover it. But I don't know. Maybe police don't want us to know. Right. Into his past.
We learned about his felony child cruelty conviction, the one that put him in jail for 6 months back in 2023. Both Jake and his ex-wife, Vanessa Avila, pleaded guilty to the charges. And tonight we have learned that crime was committed against his own 10-week-old baby girl, a child who survived but suffered.
There it is, 10 weeks old. So I read article after article, 10-week-old, 10 weeks. Remember that. All right. That's what he did.
Those photos, likely as a warning about Jake Haro. But I do want to tell you this. When we show you those photos, they are quite disturbing. So fair warning in advance.
All right. So that is, I mean, you're seeing that there are some really graphic ones. That is the 10-week-old, and you're going to see what came of her. Thank you so much, Coco Cutie, for becoming a member. That's what he did to the 10-week-old. Broke ribs, brain damage, couldn't walk. All right. So I'm going to go past some of these. I'm not going to stop on them.
Here is the little girl in her hospital bed, 10 weeks old. She is recovering here from several fractures to her ribs, to her skull, and to her legs. She is also recovering from a brain hemorrhage. This little girl was eventually removed from the Haro home, and she was adopted by one of Vanessa's cousins. That cousin has cared for this little girl and even renamed her. Her new name.
How could you do that to a 10-week-old, you guys? I mean, how is that even possible? And again, this is not even, I mean, yeah, this is a feeding tube and they've got a splint on her neck because obviously if you lose, any part of your neck or your spine or whatever, you're going to lose it goes down to your legs. You're going to lose your limbs and whatnot. This is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. That's it. Watch what the outcome of this was, and 6 months.
Is Promise Faith. According to the cousin, Promise is now.
That's the outcome of it, guys. Her name is Promise. That was her 10 weeks in the hospital bed. And guess what? There's a lot worse pictures. I just don't want to show all of them. I put them on Ghost, though, because you could stumble on them. You can go find them yourself. But look at what happened to this little girl. You heard all that happened, right?
Now 7 years old, but take a look at this picture. The damage that she suffered from those injuries.
I'm gonna go a little bit
It's
further
a
'cause
feeding tube.
it's bad,
Received
guys.
6 months.
All right, there she is now. I just wanted to fast forward to some of them because I cannot sit there and watch them. And this is not a graphic picture. This is, I mean, it's graphic because we know what he did, but it's who she is now. This is what she looks like now. I don't mean who she is. She's a beautiful little girl named Promise, but she's gorgeous little girl. They've got her all dressed up, super cute, and that's what she's confined to for the rest of her life. He got 6 months, guys, 6 months. That's it. This is awful. All right. He found workman's comp on both parents. All right, cool. Yeah, I've been following JLR. He's got a lot on this case.
In jail and probation afterwards.
That's it. That's
the
it.
same cousin who adopted this little girl, Promise, also took in Jake's oldest son, who she says was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. That child was named after his father, Jake. But the cousin also renamed the little boy. His new name is Carlos. And now this same cousin who has taken in 2 of Jake Haro's children.
You hear what's happening now. We're filling in the blanks, and Promise is 7 years old now. He did that to a little angel that could not hurt a fly, a precious little angel, an angel from God, whatever you want to. Babies are angels, all right? And what he did to that angel is unforgivable, in my opinion. 6 months and a day, guys. Yeah, the judge might want to be extra careful. She's 7 now. She can't walk. She has brain damage. He did damage to her for the rest of her life. What's up, Torchy? How you doing? There's evil pattern. Absolutely. All right.
Children. One that Jake Haro beat into a lifelong condition. Another that was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. Now this cousin is caring for a 3rd child removed from the Haro home just this week. A 2-year-old child was taken out of Jake and Rebecca's care. I'm joined now by true crime digital creator Abby Escobar, who spoke directly with this cousin who has been caring for these children.
This is great. Blabby Abby. I think she's on TikTok or something like that. I love that. The true crime community from all walks, you know, all places. X, from TikTok, from Instagram, from YouTube. Everybody is coming together for this little angel number 2, Emmanuel. Again, he's an angel. He's innocent. There's nothing that he could have done to deserve that. Yeah, and they kept breeding, and she kept breeding with that evil monster. I'm going to show you the life being sucked out of Emmanuel. You'll see what I see when I show you.
Abby uncovered these incredible details. First and foremost, I don't even know what the word is. Apoplectic, devastated, angry, all of the above. That these 3 kids have had to be moved out of the Haro home, and yet the Haros still had children living there. Let's just start right there, Abby. Child cruelty, a prison sentence, and this little child was left with lifelong incapacities. How is it that they still had kids?
I don't get it. It is such a huge injustice. I mean, they practically killed that child, and here they are just living their lives like nothing even happened. How is that fair?
Well, and it's shocking to think that there were 2 other kids, at least. And I don't know if there are more, but Jake Haro Jr., renamed Carlos, and now
this is hard to look at, guys. It's hard.
That any children they had would have immediately been taken by CPS just because of the history. But no, they were allowed to remarry, have more children, and nothing happened. I mean, this little girl actually...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, this little girl has to fight every day just to stay alive. And
the volume is all the way up, folks. Let me know. A lot of people are saying it's low, but I have it on full blast, guys. So, and thank you, Princess Mish, for being a member for 14 months. All right. Let me know if you guys can't hear it. I have it all the way up.
Out like nothing. It's just
and I'll
not
tell
fair.
you, it's hard to tell from some of the pictures we're showing. It's hard to tell, but Promise, again, who's now about 7, has some of the same facial features as her little brother, Emmanuel.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people have wondered, was Emmanuel beaten the same way that Promise was beaten, so as to have rendered him with those same facial features. Do you know anything about that?
So
there you
I
go,
don't, but
guys.
you know, I've been talking about this on my TikTok and my Facebook, and there have been a lot of comments saying things like that. People noticing the similarities. It really has to make you wonder.
How could anybody do that to that little angel? Either one of them or any of them, guys. I just can't. I can't. It's hard. It really is. We need to get this guy. This guy needs to be locked up. He may have a lazy eye, though, from the abuse that he took. I'm going to show you that next and the pictures of his progression over time. I don't know how you could hurt a little baby like that. First one, 10 weeks old. And then this one, 7 months old? I don't think he's alive anymore, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, this guy's pure evil. How? I don't understand. And what could that baby possibly have done to make you upset like that?
Well, all of it is just sort of unbelievable that these kids still lived in the home after this little child Promise was rendered in this condition from the beating she received from her father, according to the cousin. Let's talk about the cousin, Vanessa Avila's cousin. And let's remember, Rebecca Haro is the woman who is claiming that her baby Emmanuel was taken from her when she was hit over the head. Her husband, Jake, was married to another woman, a woman named Vanessa Avila. She also pleaded guilty to the beating of baby Promise.
Now, you guys, so she pled guilty. There was 2 of them that did that. And again, we're filling in the backstory here with what happened, spotlight on dad, what he did, where he should be now. All right. Promise has 3% brain activity, Claudia says. And what's up, Carolina? It's heartbreaking, guys. Like I said, trigger warning, jail for Jake. I agree. Jail for Jake, jail for Rebecca.
Why is it that this cousin feels it's so important to get this story out and to get those pictures out?
Well, I think that she feels that justice wasn't served the first time, which, I mean, it obviously wasn't.
I'm gonna show you that next.
She hasn't told me directly, but she has made comments to the point of, if justice would have been served the first time, then this wouldn't have happened to more children. So she's personally affected by this cousin.
Does this cousin of Vanessa Avila believe the story that the Haros are telling?
Right now, that little girl that I just showed you, Promise, and when I just said Promise, we literally have 555 people. So please say a prayer, not only for Emmanuel, but for Promise, his little sister that was abused so badly that she's now in a wheelchair, 3% brain functioning, damaged the rest of her life. That's all he got, 6 months. All right. So say a prayer for both. Justice, find baby Emmanuel, hashtag justice for Promise. She did not get any kind of justice.
On TV in this clip right here where she says, I was hit in the head. I woke up. The baby was gone. Please help me find the baby. The cousin doesn't believe it. What has she told you?
Absolutely not. Excuse me. She said that when she first heard the news story, it just broke her to pieces. She immediately had a feeling, as I feel most people have. I mean, the story just doesn't really make very much sense.
Yeah, the police have said it doesn't make sense. They put out a statement that her stories don't add up and that they believe foul play is possible. They've taken cadaver dogs to the Haro home. There are reports that there were some kind of digging activity at the Haro home as well. In the meantime, just knowing now about this history, about these 3 other children now living in Vanessa Avila's cousin's care.
That's
How
3
are
children.
those children now? How is this cousin? And I understand she wants to remain nameless. She's also putting out a plea to everyone. Please stop. Don't come to my children's school. Reporters showed up at her children's school. I mean, how are they managing through all of this?
The kids, they're wonderful. The cousin has provided these kids with such an amazing life. She and her husband, they love them. They take wonderful care of them. The children are happy and they're well.
And again, why does Rebecca keep having children with that monster? He did that outside of her. That was from before. Remember, Promise is 7. The other lady that did that with him was also arrested. I don't know the extent, but that's 3 children now. All right. You say he has a Timu lawyer. Only Timu lawyers lie like that, right? All right. This ties in thing. I'm going to show you next why I don't think that little Emmanuel was born with a lazy eye. I think that it was something that happened to him from birth until now. And now he's no longer with us, in my opinion. I think they're looking for a body and they're trying to rescue little Emmanuel.
I mean, Promise has to have round the clock care and a
Thank
feeding
you.
tube.
Yeah.
She's unable to feed because of the strangulation reportedly. It's just, that is an enormous amount of work that they are putting into the care of this poor child. I just don't understand how it only yielded 6 months and also yielded a father who was allowed to come out and still have 3 children in his.
That's awful, guys. Awful. Awful. I mean, this is bad, but this is what she lives with now. And this is not, she's 7 now. So this was prior. This is what her life is going to be forever. And this guy got 6 months. Unbelievable.
Frequently, so she doesn't choke on her own mucus. The feeding tube, she can't walk, she can't talk, she's blind. It's just horrible. But I mean, she said that Promise is her miracle baby, and really she is. It's amazing that she survived that. 10 weeks old.
I didn't even realize that she was blind on top of that, guys. 10 weeks old. He did that to a little tiny, you saw the baby with the thing on her neck. 10 weeks old. What? Oh my God. I can't even. I'm not happy.
It is, but just try.
I'm not trying to show these pictures. Come on.
A newborn is so helpless and so tiny and can do so little to upset us, except, you know, create just the utmost joy to know that anyone was capable of creating that much damage to a 10-week-old. I dare say I am very concerned about baby Emmanuel and what might have happened to baby Emmanuel. But
Right. On that note, we're going to show you the comparison to Emmanuel, and then I'm going to get into mom and her lying and what I think is coming next. All right. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I know this is a hard topic, but you guys are here with me. Hit that like button just so we can get it into the algorithm and people can fill in the blanks, because we're all over the place with this case, right? Now, this is, you say San Bernardino. This is in Yucaipa. I can't say it every time. If you can post it, then I can say it. Yucaipa, right? I don't know. So spell it again. Welcome, new members. All right, comparison. Here we go. All right.
Emmanuel Haro is still missing, and this is a very hard video to make. I've been receiving lots of emails and questions about my opinion of whether I think Emmanuel was shaken and hurt. He doesn't seem to engage with the world around him in any of the later
There you
pictures.
go.
Not smiling, his
Got it.
eyes look a bit lethargic, and his aunt admitted to the baby having developmental delays and that he has special needs. The parents, on the other hand, continue to say that Emmanuel is a healthy baby. He likes to play with his toys, but have not released any pictures of him doing so.
I got
Going
it.
back to the father's history and what he did
Yucaipa.
to his 10-week-old daughter raises even more red flags. Could Emmanuel have suffered a similar fate? I am not a medical professional, so the best I can do.
All right, so we're starting with the pictures of yes, Yucaipa. When I see it, then I remember Yucaipa. I got it. I'm from California too, guys. Yucaipa. All right, and Mama Didi, you have not turned green yet, but you guys, I know it's a hard topic, and you're not liking the stream because you like the content. You're liking it because you like the content that's presented to fill in your blanks. There's 604 people in here. Just do me a favor and hit the like. It's free. All right, let's look at baby Emmanuel from the time he was born and compare that until now and see if he was born that way or if Monster Jake did that. First time, shout out to Alicia. Shout out, Alicia. Thank you for being here. All right.
Is show you older pictures of Emmanuel when he was born and a few months old compared to the latest pictures of him. His eyes don't look squint or lethargic in these baby pictures.
Yeah, he was barely born. You don't see really a lazy eye. You can see the eyes. There's not one going one way. He's looks pretty healthy, filled in, maybe breastfeeding. And Mods, if you could drop a link for Luis. I've been having trouble buying memberships on other channels as well. And the only thing that does it for me is if I use the buy now link. All right. So if you could drop that link for anybody that wants that. YouTube's been a little wonky. All right. And I'm sorry about that. You're welcome, Gloria. Blabby Gabby confronted the teacher who her student, and that's awesome. I'm gonna go follow her. I just found her. All right, take a look at the baby as he progresses in age.
Here are the latest and only pictures released of baby Emmanuel. I don't know why, but I struggle to look at them. Something doesn't feel right,
He's
and I
so
know I'm not the only
beautiful.
one feeling that way. In the last picture in particular, he seems to have a blue or purple mark below his chin. I have
Oh.
been shown videos of other 7-month-olds that have shaped.
And look at where he stares off until his eyes look different. They start shifting. And I don't know if I see a bruise or not, or a shadow, but I definitely see the progression of what was done to him, in my opinion.
Shaken baby syndrome, and it's honestly too
Shaken
disturbing to
baby.
show here, but I understand why people are concerned. The eyes look very similar to baby Emmanuel's eyes. There's no way of knowing this until they find him and investigate what is really going on. Another aspect of this case is that when my son was 7 months old, he was always smiling, playing with toys, playing peekaboo, engaging with siblings.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a single video or photo of Emmanuel doing any of these things. How can there only be 4 photos released of him if he is a happy?
And they also call him delayed. You guys, what's up, Tiff Knox? Good to see you, my friend. He's likely blind, you say. Foxy says he's blind, but I didn't hear them say that. So what I did hear them say is that he's developmentally delayed. And then the dad goes on to talk about him having a lazy eye. It looks more like a wandering eye to me. And it looks like a wandering eye from being shaken or being abused. And you can see how the progression goes of this little, no smiles. And when he talked about him playing, I don't agree with that. I don't think that he was ever up playing. If you look at the back of his head, you see a flat spot. I saw a flat spot. When you see babies that have flat spots, sometimes they're born with flat spots and it rounds out. But in my opinion, he wasn't born with that flat spot. They just kept him laid down all the time in a car seat, on the ground, in a crib, whatever. That's what happens to children when they lay on a flat spot too long. The back of their head becomes flat. All right. I did put the links in the video already. Okay, so go ahead and take a look at it. I'll get the rest of them up in there in a bit. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. 35-year pediatric. This retina tears are blinding them. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, crib head. And sometimes it's from a car seat too. But I don't see that they did any kind of anything with him. And that's probably why he was developmentally, he wasn't delayed. It was those monsters. Absolutely. Ugh.
Healthy 7-month-old. Take a look at the pictures and let me know what you think. If you are in the medical field, I would love your opinion too.
All right. That wasn't, hold on. That wasn't my voice. That was someone said my voice sounds creepy. It was Evil Exists and that creepy voice. But I'm trying to get this on here right now because I want you to see. Now focus on the mom for a minute. All right. I want you to take a look at this. Hold on. I caught a clip of this and I wanted to show you that there's a whole hour-long episode. And I found just a clip of missing infant case. Emotions don't add up. Let's take a look with Scott Rouse, guys.
Everybody's looking for baby Emmanuel. His parents have been interviewed, and there's some questionable things going on there from a body language and behavior perspective. So let's take a look.
I fell on the floor, and I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I got him out of the car seat, and I laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hold on, that's all I remember." And I saw white, and a hearing sound. I fell on the floor, and I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked all around my truck, and I ran into Big Five, and I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said,
and even if you look at that picture where he's a little bit younger, he still looks a little more filled out. He looks kind of relaxed. In the other pictures, he looks like he just zoning out, like he doesn't have a lot going on up here. And again, I'm going to say that's from abuse. This guy's a complete devil, a complete monster. I don't know why he took this picture, this selfie. Maybe he was trying to show his family what a good dad he is, but this guy is a monster, a complete monster.
"No, it was a happy boy." He smiled.
Whoever took our son,
This guy's a freaking...
please give him back.
The search for this 7-month-old baby boy continues. Police and the family desperate to find out where he is.
All right, let's go through this section by section.
I fell on the floor and
First off, there's a lot missing. We're not seeing anything happen up here on the glabella. When someone is concerned, when someone's grieving, when someone is sad, you'll see these eyebrows come in, and this little group of muscles right here is called the glabella. And you'll see those things group up and wrinkle. We're not seeing that here. Another thing missing is the engagement of the orbicularis oculi, this muscle here that goes around the eyes. When she squints because she's sad, it's these muscles pushing up to make her squint. If she really was sad, that entire muscle in there would engage, and your brain does that. It's tough for you to do it yourself because your cheeks would push up. A lot would push up in here, more than just squinting like this. That whole section would move up. Something's not right here.
And I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I got him out of the car seat.
We don't see any tears. We don't see any evidence of tearing. When you're grieving or crying, you're going to well up. You're going to cry.
And I hope you guys are still with me on this. I wanted to spotlight as please focus on these parents one by one. This was a clip from another video that they cut out. So I was like, wow, I like this guy. He says what I wanted to say, but I don't know the terms. But nothing's going on up here. There's no tears. And that is the best picture that I've seen thus far of that stupid bruise that is old. That bruise was not from that day. It was not even from that week. All right, Scott's volume sounds great. Thank you for letting me know because I'm trying to adjust it and make sure, yeah, no tears from them, which can happen. But in my opinion, look at this. That would be a hot mess. Me too. And she's not. She's not. It's fake, in my opinion. And watch what he says.
See tears. And listen when she's gasping for air.
And I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I got him out of the car seat.
She's not really gasping for air. That's fake.
And I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I got him out of the car seat.
How do we know? Because when somebody really cries, when you do, just like a little child, and you get to crying real big, your abdomen has a little spasm.
Yep.
That's what makes you breathe in real quick. You're trying to catch your breath. You're trying to get oxygen, but you can't because you're talking.
I got him out of the car seat.
That's why when she's doing the intake breath, it's not fast enough. It's not quick enough. That's not real.
And I laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said,
Her eyebrows aren't engaged at all.
Nope.
Not even a little bit.
and I laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said,
When you're sad, when you're happy, when you're angry, when you're concerned, the eyebrows engage. Nothing's happening. And this isn't Botox. Another thing that happens when they're engaged is it helps form the grief muscle, which we'll talk about in a minute.
hold on, that's all I remember. And
We're seeing a combination of things here as far as expressions go. This is mostly an expression of fear, not fear for the child.
Again, it's like a Jen Soto type of fear, right? And yeah, bad back goes all white. If you get knocked out, you see black. If you die, it's all white. You say that's funny. In my opinion, again, she didn't. My crime time, what I said about the car seat was that children are left in a car seat or one of those little jumpers or a bed too long. They get that flat head on the back of their head. But yes, this lady is complete and utterly, in my opinion, lying. She reminds me of the whole Jen Soto nervous thing. But we're looking at breaking it down even more, which shows you that she's probably lying more than likely. All right. And we can see that, but now we're able to see it clinically. Yeah. This is Scott Rouse. Baby goats are kids, not children. Huh? Yeah. No tears.
Happening to the child. This is fear for herself. Those shoulders should be pulled forward and down, then up. So it does this, whereas hers are just scooted up.
I saw white. And a hearing sound, I fell on the floor.
Not only is she not crying, we don't see anything in the nose. Usually it gets kind of snotty when you're crying or you're sad. Not here. She doesn't even have a Kleenex. Nothing's been going on in there.
And I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked all around my truck and I ran into Big Five. And I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said no.
If somebody hit her, they had to hit her from the front because that's where the bruise is on her face.
And that's another thing. None of us even talked about that. None of us even, I mean, I'm sure you guys might have. I haven't talked to you guys about that. They would have had to come straight from the side, right? Straight on, but from the side, or maybe straight on and whatever, if they're left-handed or right-handed. That did not happen. Again, remember when you watch interrogations, how every time there's an interrogation and you know someone's guilty, they just won't tell you what happened. They block that part out and they won't talk about it. They'll tell you, I ate a piece of pizza and then I took a breath and I went to the bathroom and I bought a Coca-Cola and I got a straw. They tell you detail for detail, but they cannot remember where the crime, what they did when they committed the crime. And shout out to Coffee and Dog Studio. Shout out to Vermont. Yeah, it's an old black eye. Absolutely it is.
Her eye. So theoretically, she should have seen them since they would have been right in front of her. I doubt someone could come around the side like that from the back and then pull forward and hit her. And she would have said that.
And I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked all around my truck and I ran into Big Five and I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said no.
Now, I'm going to tell you speculation real quick, guys. Speculation around the area says that they did not see baby Emmanuel that day. As far as I know, they did not see, nobody at Big Five saw him, and even possibly the day before. Now, did she leave him? Did they leave him in the car and he overheated and they decided to bury him somewhere? Something happened to him. And shout out to Victoria Watches, completely new here. We was recommended this live in your channel, so your likes are working and pushing this out. Glad I clicked. It's hard to hear and see alone. Thank you. What's up, Deception Detective? I told you guys, tag DD and he will come. Shout out to you for that video. Keep them coming, sir. Thank you. Mad shout out to you, always.
Oh.
Then she says she couldn't find her son and she checked everywhere. That's not what's going to happen when your kid's missing.
And I ran into Big Five and I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said no.
If you're knocked out and you become conscious and your kid isn't right there, you're going to start screaming. You'll be yelling for help. Where's my child? Somebody help me. Somebody's got my child. But not here. She runs inside and asks them if they've seen a baby or somebody with a baby.
Yep.
Then they call 911.
Yep.
Theoretically, if it were me or you, we'd be freaking out. She wasn't. And keep in mind, she asked a lady. She didn't go in screaming and hollering.
Now, it's also speculated, Pamela, that she did have a black eye in like 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks before, and she was covering it up with makeup. I've seen the footage, and I'll tell you right now, she did have a heavy makeup on, all right? And yes, you're awesome, DD. Much love from all of the crime crew. Shout out to Deception Detective. Your live showed up on my feed. The YouTube algorithm likes you again. Yes, it was mad at me for a little bit, DD. It was definitely mad at me because I was gone for like a week or two. YouTube doesn't like when I take time off.
Something's not right here.
Happy boy. He smiled.
She talks about him in the past tense. He was a happy boy. He smiled. Something's not right here.
He was a healthy baby. He was crawling. He was kicking. He was playing with his toys.
Right out of the gate, this guy is talking about that child in the past tense. He was a healthy baby. He was.
I'll certainly do that for you, Mo. She says, Jay, she almost just said I checked all the rooms before she said I checked all the tires. Play it back. Hey, that's a good catch. If she did say that, then it happened at the house. I don't know how far back. Hold on.
Something's not right here.
Happy boy. He smiled.
She talks about him in the past tense. He was a happy boy. He smiled. Something's not right here.
He was a healthy baby. He was.
I don't know how far back to go, my friend.
What's going to happen when your kid's missing?
And I ran into Big Five and I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said no.
If you're knocked out and you become conscious and your kid isn't right there, you're going to start screaming. You'll be yelling for help. Where's my child? Somebody help me. Somebody's got my child. But not here. She runs inside and asks them if they've seen a baby or somebody with a baby. Then they call 911. Theoretically, if it were me or you, we'd be freaking out. She wasn't. And keep in mind, she asked a lady. She didn't go in screaming and hollering.
Sorry if I missed
right
it.
here.
Happy boy. He smiled.
She talks about him in the past tense. He was a happy boy. He smiled. Something's not right here.
He was a healthy baby. He was crawling. He was kicking. He was playing with his toys.
Again, in the past tense, you guys, this is a big deal because he was crawling, he was smiling, he was kicking. You wouldn't say that about your baby ever unless you're drawing from previous. And you would say he's at the age where he smiles, he kicks, he plays. That's how you would say it. And they absolutely both did not say that. And what is up? Shout out to Olivia B, True Crime, new subscriber. Love your coverage. Thank you. And yes, she did refuse medical because they wanted to check out if she had scrapes, bruises, scratches, cuts, anything. And she didn't. All right. Didn't. Exception, how do you get so pretty? The eye candy for Miss Shauna.
Boys.
Right out of the gate, this guy is talking about that child in the past tense. He was a healthy baby. He was crawling. He was kicking.
He was a healthy baby. He was crawling. He was kicking. And he was playing with his toys.
Everything missing in his wife's face is missing in his face.
Whoever took our son.
The sclera, the white parts of the eyes, those aren't red, not in his or hers. If you're crying, if you're upset, if you're grieving, they're going to be red because you're crying. Not here. They're white as the driven snow.
Whoever took our son.
Sergio, what's up, my
guess
guy?
who else isn't sniffling?
Whoever took our son.
Well, we know that this guy's a monster, right? Because of his past and even now. And what's up, Sergio? Good to see you. I love your little pictures down there. All right. Chris Watts, you say. Forced crying. What's up, Against All Logic? Good to see you. You took your son. You abused your son. You did something. And yeah, carrying the baby. I think he was doing that just to make it look like, what a good stand-up guy. No, sir. Or no, demon. I shouldn't call you sir.
His eyebrows should be up. He should be asking for help. He's not. And he's much too quiet.
Please give him back.
Those fake breaths, the breathe in and out, whoever took our son, the heavy breaths. No, that's fake too. Those breaths wouldn't be going out. They should be coming in. He'd be trying to get oxygen because he's crying so much or grieving so much and breathing heavily from the stress. Something's not right here.
Whoever took our son. Please give him back.
Please give him back. No, you'd say, listen, please bring my child back. Please, we'll do anything. We'll do anything. You just let us know what it is and we will do it. Not here.
Please give him back.
Something's not right here.
He's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
Theoretically, one of those people would be comforting the other, most likely the father. That's the way it's done every time. But no, he's trying to engage with the camera.
He's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
Yes, that was the footage. It was the August 5th at the funeral. And in my opinion, she did have a purple eye that was covered up by a lot of makeup, guys. All right. Carly says, why is this little girl seemingly okay? So he just hurt some of the kids. So glad they took her. Thank you for weighing in. And right, we agree. She probably was abused too, but maybe, just maybe, that was daddy's little girl. You know what I mean? Sometimes a father will favor a daughter or a mom will favor a son. But when they favor them, it's not, I abuse the boys, but not the girl. So maybe it was like daddy's little girl and she didn't get hit, but the boys did. I don't know. I don't know because the other little girl that was it promised that's damaged forever was also abused by him and the lady that he's with, his ex-wife or whoever that woman was. She was in on it too. All right. All right, let's give 10 weeks old. I did correct myself, Lena. It was 10 weeks, not 10 months. I read an article that said 10 months, but then I corrected myself. Thank you.
And again, the breasts, those are being pushed out. They're not being sucked in. There's no abdominal spasm going on there that should be going on there. Look how far apart they are. Most of the time, the parents are clinging to.
Oh, this is good too. The way that he holds her hand is a controlling hand holding, in my opinion. He's controlling her and he's not close to her because they're comforting each other. He's trying to make sure she doesn't say the wrong things. You see the distance with them. You see kind of like the coldness and stiffness. And CPS didn't take CPS stepped in and gave the baby to the family. There's 777 in chat. Say a prayer for baby Emmanuel that he is found. All right. And yes, 10 weeks old. If I said it wrong again, I apologize. Look at how he's, in my opinion, he's controlling what she's saying by holding her hand like that.
To each other, trying to comfort one another. Something's not right here.
I was going to get the diaper and somebody said, hola. And I didn't see nothing since.
This is a different interview. Still, no engagement of the eyebrows. You don't see any grief muscle. You don't see anything happening in the glabella. Nothing. No tears. No.
And this is they don't be fooled. These were two separate interviews, guys. They had multiple interviews and she acted the same way, did the same thing, no tears, just awful. And Sin, thank you so much for gifting the 10 Guilty of Crime membership. So make sure you guys have your gifting on so you can get that. And shout out to all the new members and all the new Crime Crew people. All right, what's up, Crystal? Good to see you, my friend. I can't imagine, and I don't want to imagine.
Nobody knows. No sniffing. Nothing.
I woke up right here on the floor.
Absolutely.
And I didn't see Emmanuel.
Finally, we see some engagement in the brow. The eyebrows do start to come together here. It is possible. She's not Botoxed. Again, look how far away they're sitting from each other. I think she's afraid of this guy.
Yep.
Now he's insulating. And we insulate by doing this. We'll cry so much we can't talk. We'll be so overwhelmed we can't talk. Or we'll do something like what he's doing, covering his eyes and looking down. He's so upset he can't talk. And look how she leans away from him. Something's not.
And guys, whatever side of the fence that you're on, now shout out to Taurus, the Good Witch. Welcome. There are new updates today that the police are on. It's arrest watch, and the updates are the police are highly focusing on the parents. And if you look into the beginning of it, they're going to be arrested soon, in my opinion. I think I gave all the updates already, but we're going over the parents and focusing on them. So I'm not sure what update or where you're looking at, but I'm going to go ahead and after this hop on to Dolly's live and just show you where he's not live right now, but he was down there. So what's up, Rebecca? Good to see you. Okay, so this reminds me of Chris and Katie Proudfoot. The way Chris and Katie are, and the way that Chris, in my opinion, controls the narrative. Even though Katie was there with Sebastian that night, her and Chris, as long as they stick together and he makes sure he's right there, she doesn't step out of pocket. I don't know. It just reminds me of that kind of relationship. I think she will be arrested, not him. Now, I think they're both going to be arrested. I think September 2nd, when he goes in, he's going to be rearrested, guys. Yeah, both locked up before the weekend's over. Yep, I agree.
Right here. The police will get to the bottom of this. They'll find out what's going on. One of them will talk. I think it's going to be her. Now, keep in mind, I can be wrong about all this. I'm just telling you what I see and how it looks from my perspective. I'm telling you about the cues of body language that should be there that aren't. I'm telling you about the things we should see that we're not seeing, the things we should hear that we're not hearing. But something's not right here. Tell me what you think in the comments, because I read all of them. All right, if you have any questions about body language, just email me. Bye.
Shout out to this guy, man. This is a clip from one of the News Nation, Scott Rouse. Go check him out. All right, let's take a look real quick what Dolly's looking at so you guys can see what's happening or what's not happening right now. They are on arrest watch. So if they were to be arrested right now, we'd definitely hop on this. But I think that they will be arrested very soon. We're on arrest watch right now. All right, so I just started like 40 minutes in. Let me see if it's too loud. This Dolly from 3 hours ago, guys.
And hopefully it ain't bad. Listen, I'd rather just be peaceful, people out here holding candles, holding hands, saying prayer for me, right? I don't want to see people fighting. You know, what I'm worried about is what if that guy would have pulled a bang, bang, bang out last night? You know, we don't know these people, right?
So there was a big crowd out there, guys, of people. And I've been watching Dolly off and on. And Chief Rocca, what is up? Dolly's still there. He ended the live, the hotel. He's getting ready to shower and go back around 10, which is 7 o'clock our time. And we're on arrest watch and to see what happens, because yesterday we were seeing the fire that happened and we were trying to wonder, was the fire started to get rid of evidence? What's going on? So that's what I'm checking in on Dolly. All right. Roberta says best live stream true crime channel. Well, I appreciate that so much. Nina Drew, my girl, thank you for the $1.99 super sticker. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, Dolly's still there. He's going to be going back, but I just want you to see what's happening now. Pretty much we're just watching the house and seeing what's next. I got one more clip for you after this, guys.
I mean, the locals might, because most of these people out here are locals. I'm the only person out here that's not local. Well, I don't know what none of these people are capable of. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Dolly. Hey, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're at 2,000 likes. So half of you liked the video and the other half didn't. Okay. So they're getting ready to set up for a news broadcast over here beside me.
So this is what we see most of the time. They're staring at this. We see a little bit, but
kind of protecting them as people trespass on their property.
Not a lot.
So God, it's hot. As soon as you turn that air conditioning off, it is scorching.
Thank you. No, a lot of times you don't see the house. They're looking at this, guys. There's a house
out here. Right as we pulled off, police pulled up. Of course. This is where the fire took place. Y'all can see that.
So police are still saying the fire was unrelated. All right. We're on arrest watch right now. And if you guys came on earlier and you're saying boost the sound, I boosted it by now. It was just a low audio on the other side. All right. I'm going over to Jay's channel. Are you on? Only me, baby. Yes, that's me right now. So Dolly's out there and he'll be back in a while. This was live from 3 hours ago. I don't like watching shaky screens, but I just wanted to show you.
Okay.
And bless Dolly's heart for going all the way out there. I'm about 7 hours from there, and Dolly's from what? Where's he from? Is he Virginia or Tennessee? I don't know. I'm not sure, but let me just tell you what a neighbor said about the missing baby's mom. They said they were suspicious from the get-go. Now, remember, there's a lot of people that were gathering out there the last couple days, a lot of people that are trying to go up to the door or get close to the property. They're sending death threats, etc. This is from the neighbor, guys. And then if an arrest comes, well, hopefully, maybe Dolly will catch it.
She lives in San Bernardino County and went to a vigil for Emmanuel Haro on Sunday night. She says the parents were not at that vigil. Heather, thanks so much for joining us and coming on the show. What's been the community reaction to this mother's story and the police investigation?
Thank you.
The initial reaction was shock because that doesn't happen out here in Yucaipa. It's very safe and if we see something, like people will step in. But now everybody once we saw that firsthand, her interview, everyone was very suspicious from the get-go. And
yes, at the very beginning of the show, Chiquita, welcome. Please gave an update, and the update is they're looking at the parents. All eyes, all focus right now is on the parents. So if you go back to the very beginning, I read and showed the update of what's happening. Now we wait and we watch and we see if they arrest the parents. All right. They've now, if you want to know any other updates, they absolutely took the cell phones by now. They took the cars. They've checked the house. All right. There's no holes in the backyard like the lawyer said, but they're searching, they're looking, and it's all eyes on the parents. And we're now waiting. Yeah, the kidnapping story is complete and utter BS. And Chief Rocca, much love to you. Shout out. Yes, Dolly came all the way from Virginia to California.
It wasn't adding up. I personally saw the mother, Rebecca, at the day of they were hosting a search party. And I went to do the search party with them. And I just thought it was very strange that she was walking to her car just fine, or a car in the parking lot just fine. And then the news vehicles started coming in, and then she limped away. So at that point, I kind of had a very bad feeling that we weren't searching for.
Oh my God. And the neighbor's about to say that she has a bad feeling they weren't searching for a child alive. The mom limped away. Anybody that's been in close proximity with those monster parents have only said bad things about them. I want you guys to know that. All right. Yeah. Jake's ex-wife took a protective order. Everybody that has surrounded them has not said a dang thing good. And much love to you, Sadie's mama. Dolly's having a shit vacation in Yucaipa. Yeah, that is like the high desert. There's nothing there. Now he could keep going. He can go to Hollywood or somewhere in Los Angeles. He can find some. But right now he's on the scene. And we hope to see an arrest for these two parents soon.
Child in the area.
Did you have these suspicions before police went public with their suspicions?
Yes, I had it from the get-go. Right when I saw her interview was a big red flag. Like I said, it just doesn't happen where someone walks up behind you out here, knocks you out, and takes a baby, and no witnesses, and it's a very busy street.
Yeah. Apparently, I know you've spoken to some people who were working at these stores at the time. Did anybody see Rebecca Haro, or more importantly, see the baby?
From what they told me, nobody saw the baby.
They saw her, but not the baby, because that's what we've heard about people who were at the football game that she had been at previously.
And I didn't want to misspeak, but yes, everybody that is saying that they didn't see the baby was from the football game, was from, and she's talking. That's why I'm listening. He said he's going to take a day and go sightseeing in Hollywood. All right. Hollywood, baby. Watching from the Bronx, New York. Shout out. I'm looking for the video of August 3rd where she doesn't have a black eye, but she does. It looks like it's covered up.
She said she had left the football game to go buy her other son a mouth guard that he needed to play. That's why she was at the store, she said. But nobody at that football game saw the baby either.
No.
So tell me about the vigil and why it was so important for you to go.
All right. Right after this, guys, I'm going to show you the August 5th Rebecca Haro's mother funeral, where, in my opinion, she has a black eye covered up by makeup. All right, we're almost done here. I'm going to show you that. And then, yeah, thank you guys for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, get a membership if you can. Thank you.
It was important for me to go to be his voice because he couldn't, and his parents obviously weren't, since they didn't even attend that, which I thought was very strange. But a lot of our community showed up for the same reason, and that was, you know, to pay our respects and support him, Emmanuel, and be his voice.
Yeah, 7-month-old baby. It's really, really heart-wrenching. Yeah. Heather Walker, thank you.
And yeah, if you guys just rolled in, go ahead and back yourself up about an hour. I absolutely showed the daughter of 10 weeks old how she looked then and how she looks now, and the injuries that was documented, only 6 months that he got. Absolutely. And if there is a GoFundMe, I'll share it with you. Why haven't I seen any of these people from the football game speak out anywhere? That's interesting. Also, if you guys have seen someone from the football game speak out, let me know, because I've been scouring the internet all day long, newspaper articles, all that, every kind of thing. And I didn't, I'm only getting as much as I can. So let me know. I'm going to show you next the pictures of her from the funeral. Just getting here, brand new to the channel. Watts, the obsession. Oh, well, hello, effing 2509. Shout out to you. Thank you. All right. The house burnt down next door. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our new.
So loud. My apologies. I had it bumped up for you guys, and then that happened. All right. Let me show you real quick. Then you guys tell me what you think about the black eye. And thank you to Clutch the Pearls. He put out a clip here of 1.5 minutes or 2.5 minutes. Let's take a look together. Let me bring my screen down, and then you guys can see it. Oh, it's not even okay. There it is.
You guys, I love each and every one of you, and Charlie loved each and every one of you. I will reach out to everybody, and I will announce another celebration of life that we will have for him.
We had so much fun together.
Yeah.
I know.
Where's your baby?
Oh, then he's like, I want water. I'm like, okay.
Since November when he was born.
Yeah, he's fucking 3. He's gonna be 4.
All right, you pay attention. This is August 5th at the funeral. Look at him. Look at what they're saying. I'm looking for a GoFundMe for baby Haro, but it might not be for him. It might be for the family that have the children. So I don't see anything just yet. If you guys do have a GoFundMe that you want me to share, let me know. All right, let me know. Woman, yeah, where's your bag? Let's watch this together. Hold on, I'm gonna go back a little because I was trying to look for a thing. Take a look at her eye right there. Oh, that thing's in the way. I'm sorry. Look at her eye in the bottom.
I really appreciate you guys. I love each and every one of you, and Charlie loved each and every one of you. I will reach out to everybody, and I will announce another celebration of life that we will have for him.
We had so much fun together.
Yep.
I know.
Where's your baby? Too.
Oh, then he's like, I want water. I'm like, okay.
Since November when he was born.
Yeah, he's fucking 3. He's gonna be 4.
Now there is a shadow, but I watched this on multiple channels, zoomed in, lightened up, and I saw a black eye covered up with a lot of makeup. So although that particular thing I'm not saying was a bruise, it was a shadow. If you look close, which we did, and it's been examined on multiple channels, it looks like there is a bruise covered up by makeup. So I did see the shadow. Thank you.
Look at mommy got.
No, that's her mom.
It was hanging over the chair. They will eat a quesadilla. Oh, RJ, say hi. Say hi. You don't have it, brother? We'll find it. He said, no, I'm not saying hi. Yeah, that's Archie.
I'm gonna go inside. I'm burning up.
Oh my God, that was it was hanging over the chair.
Yeah, it wasn't there when I went back.
Who was sitting in front of us? Mom, maybe. Did you guys know?
I asked Mom, she said that you might have grabbed it.
No.
It's fine. It's not a big
Yep.
Get you another one. Who gets you one?
deal.
Who made those bandanas? That is lovely. Go look at. Who makes those? Really? We should order some more. I want a pink one. Or like a baby blue one. Yeah, I want a baby blue one.
I just buy the bandanas from
I want to do that. I want a baby blue one. But I'm going to be wearing this shit to the bars. It'll match.
Watch for the spotting.
Where is it? Thank you. You away. I'm not fucking going nowhere. Get it with you.
I guess I attend the funeral August 5th that Rebecca attended and have footage of her from the day she did not have Emmanuel with her, but did have her daughter. That's interesting as well, guys. She didn't have the baby, but she had the other little girl. And then this is really hard to tell because this is pretty low res and it's coming from a different channel. But I promise you, they did zoom in on it on other channels, and you can see that it looks like, in my opinion, that she has a black eye and it's covered up. All right. Yeah, I agree. Birth certificates are public info. He's going to blame her. Yeah, they're both going to blame each other. But I think they both need to be held accountable, guys. All right, guys, I know you guys are all settled in. It's there's 839 people. We don't know who had the baby, and that's the thing. Emmanuel Haro needs to be found, and he needs to have the justice. I really hope. Yeah, both eyes black. It kind of looked like that, but it was hard to tell. I kind of just wanted to show you. I don't know who had the baby, and that's what we're trying to speculate, was whether the baby was already gone by then, and then they came up with some story. All right. In my opinion, both eyelids it does look like that. It does, but I'm sure she had other eyes that were black other times. But this particular time, you can tell that it didn't happen that day. And that's the key. Jay, she said the baby was born in November. That's 9 months, not 7. That's interesting because everywhere it says 7-month-old missing. All right. He's already distracting himself from her just by his lawyer statement. Agreed. All right. And I hope you guys did see some of the lawyer stuff. We don't know where Emmanuel is, but that's the question of the day. Where's baby Emmanuel? All right, you guys. So I'm going to let you guys go on to the next thing. This has just been weighing heavy on me. And as things progress, I hope that we all can see together that these adults, these monsters, Jake and Rebecca, are arrested. Sergio says, I agree with you. It looks like a black eye. She could barely keep that eye open, and it was covered in makeup when I saw it being zoomed in on. The mom, nobody was at the vigil. Rachel, I wanted to show the vigil. I just didn't get to that, but none of the parents were there. But can I tell you what? The parents said that the reason they weren't there is because they were receiving death threats. Does that sound like the same as what Madeline Soto's mom, Jen Soto, said? Because 7 months when they unalived him. Interesting. Yes, he's 7 months. He was born in January. I think they're talking about another baby. That lady was talking about somebody else. Yeah, jail for the judge. There's a lot in this case, guys. So, yeah, the Proudfoots, I agree. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys get out of here. I love you. Hit that like button. I know Dolly's going to be back on scene. So go check out Dolly later. Hold on. My thing. All right, go check out Dolly later on his live stream. Maybe we'll see an arrest together, and then go watch the replay, because at the very beginning I gave you updates and I showed you what that monster did to his other daughter, and he got 6 months. He's a monster. So I love you guys. Have a good night. I'll be back here tomorrow. We're gonna do call-ins. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yes, tomorrow's Friday. We're gonna do call-ins. I'll let you know what the topic is tomorrow. I'll see you guys 4 p.m. unless we do this one, but we'll still do call-ins. All right. Love you guys. I'll let you know tomorrow. I am Two Bear. So good to see you, and welcome all Crime Crew members. See you guys tomorrow. Love you all, and peace. We out of here.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?